Hi everyone and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 30th of March 2021. Thanks for joining me. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of today and what energy you'll be working with. I'm going to choose 3 cards. Let's see what they've got to say about Tuesday. We have the Priest, that's the Hierophant. The 10 of Staves in reverse. Wow, and the High Priestess. We've had some really powerful messages lately, and today is no exception. The Hierophant and the High Priestess are cards in the major arcana, so these are themes that exist at all times in different places and circumstances. And then we have the 10 of Staves, which is the 10 of Wands in reverse. That's a minor arcana card, and that refers to a temporary circumstance. So let's have a look. The Priest is the representation of religion, really, in the tarot. It's the card that says we've got this system of belief, and we've got someone who's kind of the guardian of this belief, the figurehead. And if you want to be part of the club, you can only go through him. Sounds kind of familiar. So we've got these 2 pillars here. We've got white flowers and red flowers. There's total balance between passion and reason, faith, spirituality, and the human body. So he is not some sort of interloper. He's the real deal. He's not someone who is in this position because of the power or because it gives him influence. This is someone who truly believes in what he's saying, and he is guarding a system of belief that he really thinks is valuable, is precious, and he wants to safeguard that from negative influences which could seek to destroy it. We've got these keys at the bottom, so you can't just access this randomly. You need to have some sort of connection, or you need to have some sort of introduction to this. The symbols on his feet, the crosses, they represent the intersection of spirit and the body and the physical. And the fact that they are on his feet, the feet being, the most utilitarian part of the body, the part that literally connects us to the earth, he doesn't forget who he is at any one time. He is completely connected all the time, and he pretty much lives on both sides. So he has his physical form, and then he also exists in the realm of spirit. The moon at the center of his torso is interesting because that's a place that's usually reserved for the sun, the identity. But he is not someone who lives his life based on his own willpower. He listens to his intuition, which is another way of saying he listens to spirit, to source, to God, to the universe. And that is what guides him. So really, he is the perfect candidate to represent a religion because he genuinely believes in it, and he practices what he preaches. The red cloak, passion, the white, purity, perfect balance, and the thing that governs it are these royal feelings that are given to him through his connection with spirit, and that is why he takes action that he feels is going to be of service and useful to the rest of the world. So this priest is saying that there is something out there that really does support you, and that there are ways for you on planet Earth to access that power. So whether it's someone who you look up to, someone who really has their life together and you admire that person, you really have access to them today, you can learn from them and you can emulate that behavior, or at the very least you can learn from this person who is wise, and he can show you the way. So you've had the introduction, you've done a lot of spiritual work, you're on top of your circumstances practically, you have great balance internally, and today you have an opportunity to either meet a person or a place or a thing. You come across something that really takes you to the next level. So what that reminds me of is that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And a teacher appears to you today, and he becomes someone he or she or it or the place becomes something that is very important to you, and that becomes a new kind of authority figure in your life. So you are able to really get in touch with yourself, your guidance, and to take that more seriously, and you start to live a life that's more self-contained and based on your thoughts and ideas, rather than something that you've been brainwashed into and you're just following instructions and doing what everyone else says. And that's really big. Next, the 10 of Wands is pretty self-explanatory. Someone's trapped. He is unable to make his own choices. He is at the mercy of other people, public opinion, and he really is in a very vulnerable position. The 10 of Staves is the highest card in the suit of Staves, and Staves is life purpose, a passion, what you want to do with your life. It's freedom, and it's really having the choice of where you're going to go. Usually the 10 of Staves is represented as someone who's overwhelmed with choice, someone who's really bogged down and burdened with the amount of things that are needing to be done. Each one represents a passion in your life. So obviously, if you try and juggle everything and try and fit it all into one day, you're only going to be able to devote a little bit of time to each area. And the card says that it's time to edit down and that you can't do everything. Focus on one or two things that you can actually make progress with, rather than trying to figure out everything in 1 second and only devoting a small part of yourself to those things. Now, the card is in reverse, and that says that the passion you receive, or this clarity and self-confidence and reliance on self, allows you to edit down, and it provides you with one stave. You, like the way the priest is holding this one stave, you will be able to emulate that again, and you can focus on one thing that you feel passionate about and that you feel is important. There's a sense of certainty involved. You're not bogged down. You're not burdened. You're free to make your own decisions. You're not particularly interested in what other people insist that you do. And you're very focused on the self and how you can make your life more enjoyable and how you can free yourself and how you can live by your own rules. I like this priest in this deck because usually the Hierophant is a card that can also represent things which are not quite suitable, but you have to kind of accept if you want to be part of the club. And this priest doesn't say that. He says, with this moon at the center of his torso, is that he listens to the universal power that is made of love and that wants to bring more love into the world. And the meeting of this energy today allows you to do the same, to listen to your feelings and your higher self, and to really hear what that wants you to do. It places that wand in your hand and it says, here's the information, run with it and do whatever you want. It's your life. You can make decisions for you. And not only that, not only do you have the freedom to make decisions, it's also your responsibility to look after yourself and to meet your own needs. If you're a great artist, but you never buy yourself a canvas or some paintbrushes, you're not doing yourself a favor. And you have a responsibility to yourself and to give yourself an opportunity to really operate at a level which is for your highest good. Finally, the High Priestess. She's the second card of the major arcana, and she's usually much more passive than the Hierophant. She's also between two pillars, good and evil. Other way around, good and evil. She's beyond good and evil. She has the same cross at the center here, and she is really the person who sits at the threshold between the unmanifest, which is covered here by this purple shroud and all the waters in the back, and she also exists in the physical world. She's got the scroll there, so she's the oracle. She's the person who is the most intuitive in the universe. She has all the answers, and again, you can come to her to ask. She will give you the answers, and there are no keys in this card. You don't need a special introduction. You don't need to be perfectly balanced. She does that for you. And she's the second card of the major arcana, and she's someone who resides in you at all times. So it's really a love affair between your higher self and someone else or something else, which really allows you to access that in a much more concrete, practical way so that you can do things in your life which set you free. So you're really, really aligned spiritually. You are beyond good and evil, and that really puts you in vacuum where you can make decisions that are really designed to make you happy. And this may sound a little bit selfish to some people. Why am I only thinking about my needs? Why am I only making my life better? You're not. You're listening to your higher self, which loves you and wants you to have an amazing experience on planet Earth. And you're doing what that force wants you to do. This isn't the Chariot where you say, my willpower, let's get on my little cart and ride off beyond good and evil and make it happen. This is, I listen to something bigger and wiser, which I have faith is going to make my life an amazing thing. And I'm going to try and do my best to hear what that voice says and to implement the instructions in a way that really allows me to flourish in life. So it's your inner balance and your connection with spirit that brings about this new information. It narrows things down. It allows you to shrug off burdens that have held you back in the past. So responsibilities and a circumstance that you no longer enjoy but you feel obligated to carry out. All of those things kind of fade away a little bit. And the one thing that becomes clear, it's almost like the Ace of Wands this, it's presented to you and it says you have the strength and the follow through to actually do this. So it's super, super encouraging. It's really empowering, and all the answers that you're looking for find you in a way, because the High Priestess makes an appearance. So look at people in your life who you look up to, or look at people who are living the kind of life that you want to live and see what they do, and if that matches with your actions, if there's anything you can change. Look at places which really inspire you. For instance, when I first came to Glastonbury and climbed Glastonbury Tor, I had a spiritual experience at the top of the Tor, and that's why I moved here, because it was a place that opened something up in me, which allowed me then to take concrete action in accordance with my life purpose. If you are someone who works intuitively or creatively, this is a fabulous day where you can be really expressive and really articulate things in a way that makes sense. But most importantly, I feel, if you're a spiritual seeker, and if you're trying to kind of make sense of things, or if you're someone who doesn't really know what to do with their life, or you've been asking that question for a long time and you're just not making progress, today is a day where that really turns around and things do become clearer. You drop the other 9 wands, you grab one, and you're really able to make a lot of forward movement in that area. If things do continue to stump you, then the High Priestess isn't getting through to you. She's not able to kind of give you the message. So it's important to try and find a way to let that message come in. For some people, it is meditation. For some people, it's speaking to other people and the universe speaks to them through others. For some, it's swimming, it's sports, it's competition, it's rest. Whatever gets you in the zone, whatever allows you to just have a moment of quiet and peace, where you're not thinking, where you're using your intuition and your feelings rather than just your mind. All you need to do is find a split second where you can tap into that. The High Priestess will appear. She is in love with the priest. They have got a romance going on, so it's mother and father. And mother and father conspire with information and passion and a way forward that sets you free, that liberates you, and gives you the sense that this is the first day of the rest of your life. This is your future. And no one can take that away from you, because these two are ethereal. They exist at all times, and today they swoop down and your divine parents are giving little Billy or little Susie a lesson in how to live his or her life. You listen to that and you really make it happen for yourself. So all of us who've kind of taken a wrong turn in life, and any of us who have regrets, we really get a do-over today and we can make a fresh start. Wow, so the readings lately, I mean, yesterday, I remember, I think I said the phrase, the cards are telling me the meaning of life here. So that is a lot. And I even said in the reading yesterday, it's like, this almost sounds like it's too good to be true. But I've worked with the cards for a long time. And when the cards bring me big themes like this, I believe them. So I have meditated today. I'm going to continue to meditate and try and see what the universe wants me to do. And then I'm going to try and follow those instructions, even if I don't believe the instructions. So for instance, if my instructions say, go make a friend, or move, or read a book, no matter how unlikely, I'm going to listen to that and just give the universe a chance to surprise me. Because that's what the cards are saying. Make the effort, show up, and the universe is going to meet you halfway, and it's going to set you free. And that is nothing to be sneezed at. 5 and 10 is 15, and 2 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 in numerology is power. So today is spiritual power that translates into freedom on planet Earth. So no subtle, small, little energy that you might miss. This is a big deal, and it's really nice because we're actually able to access it. So it's not just something that's abstract for other people. This is something for you that hits right here in the middle of who you are, and then you really can't miss. So have a fabulous day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow.